everybody! So I'm gonna make a video. I want to just do a little mini channeling, and I don't know what's gonna be shared. I don't know how it's gonna go. I just simply want to relax and to give a message of love and enlightenment, and we'll just see what comes, okay? Okay, believe it or not, this beginning scene is a little shocking to me. Basically, I see a person being sat down on a chair, and then there's actually a place for their arms to go, and they're being tied to the chair. But as they're being tied to the chair, it's sort of like their body has a swinging mechanism, so half of their body just swings around along with the chair, half of the chair, and then they're sort of facing an alternate direction as they're two pieces of their body. And it's sort of like they're against an alternative wall that is a broken mirror. And there's a lot of black, is shadow and brokenness and unhinged, disconnected. The world is turning on its side, and now this chair with this body attached is now falling down a dark chute, down, 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 a long ways down. It feels forever downward. It's really, there's an alternative chute where my observatory eyes are watching everything, and I'm going down very fast as well, but I'm not going down as fast as this other version of myself. How come we are not at the same pace? How come we are not moving at the same speed? How come I cannot keep up with that other version of myself? And why is everything so dark and dismal in here? Why does it feel like I've been traveling in the dark for a very, very long time? It's interesting because things aren't so dark. They're showing me what is an extraordinary glowing stone. It's like a green fire, but it's a stone that glows like a really beautiful, rich green flame. It's enchanting. It's mesmerizing. I want to possess it. I want to own it. I want it to be in my hands. I want it to be a part of my body. I'm like, I need that. I need that thing. I always tell myself whenever it appears as though I need something that badly, what is it about that thing out there that I need so badly that it doesn't exist within my own heart already? This helps me to choose not to be possessive of things, but to just simply appreciate their existence. It's sort of like, should I pick that flower? Shall I let that flower be a gift for all of us to enjoy? Sometimes we want to pick the flower simply because it's so beautiful. We just simply want that flower to be in our window. And then you watch it die and you wonder if it was truly worth it. Why do we need to possess things? Why do I truly need this green glowing stone as mine? And how is that truly going to heal me? The stone hears everything that I say. The stone says, how will you grow if you do not choose to work with me only because you do not want to possess me? It is okay to pick something sometimes, to identify that you love that one thing. Sometimes it is okay to say that, to identify that as an emotional response, a humanistic and even soul-based response to creation itself. It's sort of like, if we don't choose to have a partner in life, we will never have one. So it is okay to pick one sometimes. And I say, well, I feel like I'm so amazed and so flabbergasted and so impressed by you. I don't even know what I would do with you but just gawk at you. I would just sit you in my presence. I just gawk at you. I don't know that I would truly ever understand how to properly work with you because I would just be so flabbergasted by you. It says, how long do you remain flabbergasted before you start to adjust and you start to become curious and you start to develop a new way of communication, a new way of interacting, and now you can start to grow together. It says it's okay if I take it home and gawk at it. In its heart, it knows that is only merely a period of time before I adjust and perceive it differently and choose to interact differently with it. I do. The consciousness that is my own is no longer gawking, is now grounded and prepared to truly explore how I feel deeply inside myself. It's sort of like this. It's like a holy grail. It's like the most sacred, most special thing I've ever seen in all my life. It's like the entire history of the human race in a single creation. It's like the meaning of the universe and infinite numbers of races of beings, all in just one single creation. It is this, what is like a green glowing stone, but it's like a pyramid shape. It's that precious, it's that special. How would I, a human being, know even where to begin to explore something so extraordinary as this? I feel it reminds me of the reality that I am human. On a sadder note, obviously it doesn't have to be sad that I'm human. I can feel excited that I don't have a clue where to begin. If I understood it more, it might not be as thrilling and exciting as this. But something about the overwhelmingness of all, the preciousness of it all, the extremeness, makes me feel like this daunting feeling of just, I suck right now. I'm not awesome enough right now. I just can't do it. It makes me feel like a loser. I can't explain. I don't have the language to explain why it is doing this response to me. I'm going through another period of transformation in order to... It's like a breakdown of ego reactions. The first one is like, I've got the Holy Grail, I'm freaking out right now. The next one is, I'm a pathetic, lame-o human, that I'm not worthy. The next one is just, is a silence right now. And they're showing me time passes and it takes a long time. Months, years. To develop even what is a balanced communication with the stone, where I'm not overwhelmed by its beauty or reminded of how not amazing I am by it, and actually able to create a balanced interaction. Just that alone is an achievement for this human being. It's sort of like, it's like being a teenager and being starstruck by somebody to the point that you can't speak, you can't move, and you're just like totally, you're just like stuck. You can't even breathe. You can't think. You don't even know what they're saying to you right now, and you really want to know because they're like the most precious thing ever created, you know? And it's one of these moments. That's what it's like. And it's like we take it for granted about how what would be 10 years of just trying to collect yourself to have just an interaction with something that is greater than yourself, so to speak. That is a life journey, and that is an extraordinary accomplishment for a soul. It looks in it, it's perceived like, as a human being, we would perceive that as just, you know, get a hold of yourself, man. Come on already. I mean, but this is serious. Like, this is a serious thing. And we wouldn't perceive it that way. We wouldn't perceive this one thing as being a life journey experience. Simply knowing that you are worthy to possess a stone that is a reflection of something so extraordinary as the answer to the universe and all creation and everything in creation and the history of mankind and everything we've ever wanted to know that has been kept a secret from us for all these years, and like 1,000,001 awesome things, that we could be worthy of that. And that if we had that we could cherish it, that we could celebrate in it. Our body consciousness doesn't have a clue how to interact with something so special. They're talking about our world that we live in is so absent. We have dummied down, numbed down our perceptions of what extraordinary is, so that we can tolerate a world that is basically a living dead place. So that if we were truly in the presence of something pure and sacred and holy as this, extraordinary as this, 1,000,000,000,000 times more extraordinary than we feel about ourselves on a daily basis, we would basically explode in its presence. But this is I don't know that I am finding the language to describe what this means to me right now. Just a moment here. It has to do with how we perceive ourselves. What do we define as good enough? What do we define as we are worth it? It's funny because to one person, you know, making $20,000 a month is no big deal. To another person, that would be like they would cry if that were to happen. They might explode inside their mind and heart and die the minute that they discover that they won the lottery or making $20,000 a month. And so, what is that person's identification of their worth and value? They are not worth $20,000 a month. Whereas somebody who makes that no problem is just no big deal. Like it's nothing. So it doesn't possess the same specialness as somebody who has nothing and now is suddenly making $20,000 a month. There's something about what we have decided is our worth or our value, and how we are welcoming that type of frequency into our lives on this earth. Because what we wish for, what we are hoping for, they're showing me what is like relationships. The people who they're looking for their significant other, but they dream about their significant other being, well, you know, they don't have to be, you know, like Brad Pitt, but you know, maybe good looking enough, or maybe like they get really picky about things, but at the same time they're kind of like, well, I'm desperate, so I probably couldn't get somebody that attractive, or so now they're dummying down their dream. they're dumbing down their hope. They're dumbing down what they feel that they are worthy and deserving of, to the point that they are accepting something of way, way less value than, and that is what they are defining themselves as well. And so what we dream for, the value of what we are dreaming for, is also a reflection of the value and worth of ourselves. And so to be in the presence of this object, in identifying it as too extraordinary for me, I'm not extraordinary enough then for it. So now I have defined myself as 10 trillion times less extraordinary as the answers of the universe, as the history of the earth, as all of this stuff, right? But yet, what is the truth? As a human being, we identify ourselves as just average Joes, nobodies, regular people, not special, not celebrity, not rich, not attractive enough, not a million things. But when are we going to see ourselves as glorious and extraordinary as this awe-inspiring green pyramid stone? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what this message is about? See yourself as the awe-inspiring sacred green stone, as something so unbelievable that people can't even, they're freaking out to be in your presence because it is so holy and so sacred and so glorious and so amazing. And it truly is that. It actually is that. It's not a lie. It's not a fake thing. It's real, and it's felt by everybody who is in your presence. If we owned it, if we owned our bodies, if we owned our hearts, if we owned our souls, if we owned our truth, we would be that. Every single one of us would be that. And we would start having extraordinarily higher expectations of what our worth and value is beyond this. Just a moment. That's it. That's all they're going to say about this. I just had this weird twitch inside of me, and I just needed to channel. I just needed to share a message of some kind and just see what it is. And this is the message. Do you get the message? Do you get it? Like, I'm freaking out right now by it, but I also just did the journey. So I actually felt it, the frequency of this extraordinary object, and it was freaking me out. Like, it was making me react like a crazy person because I couldn't even collect myself. I couldn't get it together. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't many things in order to tolerate how awesome this thing was, and the reality that I could be worthy and deserving of being in its presence, and that it would actually want to work with me. Are you serious? Me? I'm the special one? How could that be possible? That's how we think, though, isn't it? That's how we truly feel, isn't it? And we need to change that. We all need to work on this. I don't care who you are. I work on this on a regular basis. I actually feel that I'm quite good at this until I come into a journey that shows me this, and then it's like, wow, I got a long ways to go. I really could perceive myself as a lot more extraordinary than I clearly perceive myself as. That was my test. That was a beautiful one. Okay, that's it. That's my video. You guys are going to be getting like a rain shower of videos to watch. I just don't know. I hope you don't mind. I feel like I got to get it out. I feel like I just got to keep sharing. And that's it. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, just thank you for watching my video. If you ever want me to do a psychic wisdom session with you or a spiritual healing journey, just please visit me at my website. I would love to connect. It's abbynormalswisdomquest.com. Thank you, and have a happy new year.